started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling.
All right, what is going on, everybody? We are back here for another night of Nemesis Gaming League action. I'm happy to be back here. It's been a while since I've been in the booth. Went on a vacation, had some internet issues, power issues. There's another storm coming, so hoping the internet stays stable. But we're here. We're back in the booth doing some Player of the Week with the one and only Psychonautics. Psycho, how are you doing tonight, my man?
I am doing pretty good. I am excited to be back after missing the Monday stream. I was real sad about that, but I'm excited about some upcoming games here tonight. There's going to be 3 bangers.
Yeah, we got some bangers lined up here. Vortex versus Whiteout is the first one on the board, but we got to reveal some Player of the Weeks. The stream didn't happen on Monday, unfortunately, but we have them here for you now. So last week's Player of the Weeks, let's get rolling right there. Psycho, why don't you start us off in the Titan League?
The Titan League was looking pretty good last week. I got to say, there's a couple of honorable mentions that showed up on the spread here. I got Arrow, Zinvez, Luxury. All these guys played really well, but the Player of the Week this week for week 3 is going to go to the one and only Luca from Krakens with 6 games played, 100% win on those 6 games, 563 average scored, 1.67 goals per game, 1.67 saves per game, and about 1.17 assists per game. So congratulations to Luca on the Player of the Week. Everybody give him a big round of applause.
Yeah, and I believe if my memory serves. I know I was on vacation. I'm pretty sure he was Player of the Week last week. Yeah, he was Player of the Week last week as well. So he's going back to back there. So congratulations to Luca on taking it home for the Krakens. There, we'll see if he can get the 3-peat maybe for Player of the Week this week. Time will tell, but let's move right along into the rival league, where we've got a couple of spicy contenders here. So I want to give a couple of quick shout outs here to get on the list. So shout out to Mayo making up their Squintle, Nikolou, Vulcan, Craig, Kayson's on there, Wolf, Nubs, Larry, and Luis. All honorable mentions, but they did not quite take home the Player of the Week. That Player of the Week is going to go to. Actually, I may have. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong spots. Like I was looking at Speed's DMs the last time we did Player of the Week for week 1, and I was like, something ain't right here. Something ain't right here. I was gonna say foam, or I was gonna say someone else, but it's foam. It's foam for rival. Apologies about that. That's what happens when you're DMing too many people, Psycho. Especially when you DM someone about Player of the Week from the last time. But foam is taking this one home, and actually. I think I may have even been looking at the wrong stats from that one as well. So I just shouted out those people from week 1. So, but regardless, shout out to everyone that was close. There are a lot of people in there. Mayo is up there. Vulcan, Sense, Tashega. A lot of people in the race, but Foam is going to take this one home for the rival league. So congratulations to him. And let's move into Challenger.
Yeah, congratulations, Foam. Down in the Challenger League. Another good spread I'm seeing here. We got some names. D1 Hayden. I don't recognize him, but hey, he played good. Shout out. Geo killed you. Ibonic played really well. However, none of these guys were able to take it home. The one and only Smeglodon or SS Megalodon was able to take that one home. 9 games played, 55% win average there. 439 average score. And I'm losing my place because my eyes are old. 1.22 goals, 1.67 saves, and almost 1 assist per game. Congratulations to Megalodon, Player of the Week.
Yeah, congratulations, and I just want to say, I'm hoping the best for Megalodon here. I found out Sans told us that he has cancer, so we're praying for you, buddy. Hope you're doing well, and congrats on the Player of the Week, and yeah, hopefully you get better soon. So, but let's move along into Prospect League, as we have another spicy one. A lot of people on the board on this one. Let's see. Let's take a look what we got here. Pirate Rage Parallax. I know Origin had a Origin had a huge showing in one of their games up there. Midnight Alex, Mr. Moose, Dr. Waffles, Bot Duncan, Yukio, Redwater. A lot of names to recognize up there, all in contention. But there could only be one winner, and this one was an interesting one. He's been around Nemesis for a while, and it is going to go to Midnight from the Melons. A great performance on the week for him as he popped off there, averaging 1.89 goals per game and shooting over 51%. So he went crazy this week. Congratulations to him. Definitely well deserved for prospects. So big shout out to him. And Psycho, why don't you take it away for our last but not least, the Novice League.
The Novice League, the bottom of the barrel, but there is a best player at the bottom of the barrel. And some shout outs, some honorable mentions: Music, Ultimus Rule, Sky Newbie, the one and only number one sub, Titan sub, Flight Night, Removing Pillow. However, the novice player of the week this week, or from last week, is going to go to Pooms with 9 games played, 55% win, 1.89. No, excuse me, that's shots conceded. 1.22 goals and 1 assist and 1.67 saves, averaged at 438 points per game. Pretty good performance from Poom. Shout out to him. Congratulations on getting that player of the week.
Yeah, definitely a big shout out to him. And yeah, he was actually a very recent pickup for Genesis. So congrats on taking on the player of the week for this past week, and we'll see if he can keep it up. But I think that's about it, Psycho. We gotta get into this next matchup here, as Speed and Puggles are standing by here, all ready to go. For this one, we have Vortex versus Whiteout coming up next. Both these teams at 3 and 4, looking to break even at 500. So we are gonna send it to the booth there. Speed Demon and Puggles on this one. Speed, take it away.
Hey, we are here with some rival action. I'm along here with Puggles, as Rockman just stated. So, Puggles, he just gave us some information. We got Rival League, we got Whiteout, we got Vortex. But Vortex, they got a whole new roster. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, you're right. They just they had as someone inside of the org, so I have a little bit more I guess understanding or hearsay of what's going on. A big implosion happened inside of Vortex, so they kind of just throughout the old, got in some new players, and since then they have gone 2-0, winning pretty much everything so far, and they are on an absolute hot streak right now.
Yeah, they really are on a hot streak. And you love to see it. Roster change, 2-0. Excuse me. And now, on the other hand, taking a look at this Whiteout roster, they made, I think, one change a little early on in the season, but they've lost their last 3. So you have, kind of two sides of the spectrum here. You got a team that's, new roster and looking really good and hot, and then it looks like Whiteout on the other hand is kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah, it really does. Whiteout, like you said, they have lost the last 3 in a row, and as Rockman stated before, they are 3 and 4. So, they had a hot start, but they cooled off. But they're still super high in the power rankings, despite losing their last 3. They are still number 6 in the power rankings, which is right around right even. So, you really got to look to this Whiteout roster to bounce back here, and really got to start pushing for that 500 record.
That you really do. Well, it looks like we do have both teams here in lobby. So, hit it to me. Who you got in this one?
What do I got? I have to go with my team. I have to go with my org, Vortex. And, this new Vortex roster, this comprises of Ice Panther, Flame Intruder, Saucy, and Loosh. That's from ranked highest to lowest MMR. And then on Whiteout, we have some pretty notable names. I know I didn't get into them, but we have Larry, Reiki, Just Craig, and Rio. So again, some very notable names. And, Whiteout's definitely not going to give Vortex a very easy game by any means.
I don't think, I wouldn't expect that either. Whiteouts may be down the last couple of games, but You know, that's a couple game 5s mixed in there as well. So they definitely have what it takes. And I'm going to have to agree with you on this one. I think Vortex will come out and edge this one out. However, I do see it going to another game 5. This whiteout roster just doesn't like to give up. We are underway here in game 1. Looks like a little bit of a 50 kickoff. Rio's going to get possession of it. Look for the bump instead of going for the shot. Lush is going to control this one out. Tries to beat a defender, but Larry's there, and he's going to hit to the sidewall. Now Flame Intruder going for the ceiling shot, but doesn't have enough boost to catch up to it. Larry just putting this one on target, and Lush is just going to send this one away. Larry up off of the backboard looking for a teammate. No one there, but gets the 50. Right in Lush's possession. He has this one on target, and it is.
A great first shot here from Lush, opening up the scoring early. You know, at least in my games, the first goal is always the hardest, but now they've opened up the scoring, like I said, very early, and we look to see what Whiteout can do and bounce back here.
Great play right there by Flame Intruder to get that one out middle, and you know, Lush to really just put that on target, knowing it was open. But Whiteout, I don't expect anything less. You know, a couple demos there by Rio on the dribble attack, and he's definitely trying to make something happen and get that bounce back here. As now Seven and Larry trying to make something happen, and Larry unable to get that pass middle, but Seven right there to pick up his loose ball. Rio still waiting back, looking to clear this one out. Seven trying to get that touch, but unable to do so, but Larry's just sitting back in net. One thing I've noticed here, Puggles, is, you know, yes, Whiteout's been in the right position for the most part of this game. However, we just saw it there, and we saw it a couple other times, is their defensive clears haven't been the greatest, and they're just kind of giving the ball right back to Vortex.
No, you're absolutely right. You know, they're just kind of booming it away, not really taking control of the ball, which is oh so important here in these higher leagues, you know, trying to beat out at least one defender. But as I say that, Rio, he gets past 2, and I don't know if Whiteout's going to be able to capitalize here. Larry is there, and he's going to put it in. Tie the game up, just over 3 minutes remaining.
What a play right there by Rio, and then Larry. And then Rio again, you know, to pinch that softly off the backboard. And if that ball went anywhere other than a soft drop, Larry wasn't getting there. He had 0 boost. So, you know, great play right there by them two to tie this one back up with 3 minutes to go still. And we got ourselves a game. You know, both teams got their opening stream goal taken care of. And, you know, a couple minutes into the game. So we should really start seeing both teams start really picking things up and showing to their full potential. As Ice Panther is just going to bully the Whiteout's defense there, and he's going to muster that one and give them the lead right back.
Yeah, great 50 there off of Larry, you know. Larry not able to get it past him, just an absolute brick wall is Ice Panther, and he is going to find the ice and put his team up 1 now with 3 minutes remaining.
Now, I expect Whiteout to come right back again, but Ice Panther again bodying up this Whiteout defense and putting in another one.
Yeah, he's up so early. Rio not able to get the touch that he wants and kind of just throws it backwards. I think it was going to go in anyways, but Ice Panther, he's going to put it in and he's going to make sure that he gets credit for it.
That he does. And, you know, I'm sitting here and I just realized, and I understand why this team, since they became a team, is doing what they're doing, as Flamin' Trader's going to put in another one. And this last 20 seconds has just really opened up for Vortex.
Yeah, it's been all Vortex here off the kickoffs, you know. Not really much pressure coming out from Whiteout. And, you know, that's really what's coming up here. So, you know, if you look to Whiteout, you really got to get those face-offs under control.
Yeah, that you do. And what I was trying to say is why I understand why this team is doing so well since they became a team is they got Flame Intruder and they got the Ice Panther. You know, I'm pretty sure those two equal each other out, and they are just with a mixed in Lush as right there on point, and they're gonna put in their 5th goal.
Yeah, great flick there from Flame Intruder, and Lush just able to beat out the defender right on him, and great shot to get it past him, and Rio had no chance to get the stop there.
That he can't, and we are still have half the game remaining. and we are already seeing a 5-1 score here, 4-goal deficit for this whiteout roster, and you know they need to definitely pick some things up, especially after losing their last 3 series. They've got to start doing something and turning, not that their season's out yet. They still have 3 wins, but they got to find something and get some momentum going for the rest of the season. Not only the series, but the rest of the season, as they are starting to find that hole.
Yeah, absolutely. You really got to look to Lush right now, who is their highest MMR player with 1 goal and 2 shots. The whole whiteout team only has 5 shots, and that's really, really not great. But I mean, again, if we look over to Vortex, they only have 6 shots, so maybe some defense work is in the works for whiteout.
Yeah, and like I said, I think a lot of this is if whiteout can fix and start getting control and better placement of their clears. I think we might be able to see a different game here. But a lot of their clears, they're either weak or they're really hard clears, but they're just at the sidewall, and Vortex is just able to read those better positioning off of those cleared attempts. So I think if Whiteout can fix those little minor mistakes, they've looked pretty good. Other than that, they've had some good scoring opportunities. They are getting their opportunities, so they just got to get it done and and go from there. Now we're approaching 45 seconds left in this game, and Larry's gonna put in one. It's still 43 seconds left, down by 3. Do you think it's possible here?
I do think it's possible. I think they can still come back and do it, but it's gonna be tough. They're gonna need a few kickoff goals to go their way, and those really haven't been going their way so far this game.
That is true, as they're looking for a kickoff goal here. Well, great attempt there, as Rio was just unable to get that 50, but we are approaching under 30 seconds now, and Lush trying to keep this one in and just waste some time. Down to 20 seconds. If Whiteout wants any chance, they have to get a goal right about now. As Larry's looking to try to make that happen. Sent down to Lush. Lush is just going to try to waste some more time. Flame Intruder, 7 unable to get the rebound, and that is going to all but do it. Just waiting for this clock to hit 0. And there it is. Vortex is your game 1 winner, Puggles. I know we both probably saw that coming, but I don't think we saw that much of an opening game.
No, absolutely not. It was just lights out from Vortex. They really they went up early, and then it got tied up, and then they just had 3 back-to-back goals off the kickoff. And if you're Whiteout, maybe you could push it to an overtime, but it's really tough when you give up 3 goals on kickoff. So that's something to fix if you're Whiteout. And also the defense, there wasn't any. They need to fix the defense. They only had 1 save as a team, and when you only have 1 save, there's no way you're gonna win a game.
That is true. You got to get those saves up. You got to fix that defense. Now, on the other hand, I would like to point out they did edge out Vortex in the shot department by 1. So, they're getting their opportunities. And on the other end of that, they have to do better at breaking down the Vortex defense and or getting better shot selections. Just because you're getting shot doesn't mean it's always a great shot selection. Yes, it is good to just put it on target, make the defense do something. But if you're not able to get any second chance shots off of that, or they're weak enough and they're able to get good clears and play it out, then that's where you got to really try to fix things and step it up. So, they're right there. They're getting the shots. They are in the offensive end. It's not like Vortex completely had full possession and domination of that game, even though the score showed it. So I do expect a little bit of a different turnaround here in game 2.
Yeah, you're right. I do also expect Whiteout to bounce back here a little bit. If they don't take the game, I think it's going to be tough for them to come back in this series, but this is the game that they need to win to force up a tied series here going into game 3.
Yeah, I 100%. This Vortex roster is looking really, really, really good and scary. I 100% agree there. If they do not get this game 2 win, it's probably going to do it for them in the series. I don't see them. They may be able to take game 3, but I don't see them taking 4 at all. So we are 30 seconds under the way. Kind of had a little bit of ping ball, but now Flame Intruder sends this one down just wider than that, looking for the double. No, leaves it for Ice Panther, but Ice Panther is unable to get that one on target. And Lucia's just going to take his time, shadow defend off of Larry's touch there, and let his teammates get back, as both of them are back. Flame Intruder sends that one off the sidewall, but right to Larry as Larry throws that one on target for a great shot. Pass out to Rio, unable to get it. 7 trying. No. And now that's some great offense right there by the whiteout. You know, I was talking about making the defense make work, make plays, and getting good shot attempts on, and they did that just there, Buckles.
Yeah, and another thing is that Larry was looking that pass out to Rio, but unfortunately Rio and 7 could not capitalize on it. So Larry really looking out for his teammates here. And another thing that I've seen a lot so far in this second game and a little bit in the first game is the double commits from whiteout. That is going to absolutely destroy any pressure you get. Belush, he's an absolute madman serial killer on the field, and he's going to find 2 demos back-to-back in the net.
That he does, and man, I've never watched him really play in a rival league game. I played him in 6-mans, and I don't like to because he demos me all the time. I did not expect that play to come out from Lush. I did not expect a rival caliber player both kind of sitting in net to allow a player to drive straight into them and demo both of them also. So, you know, great heads up play there by Lush and just wide open net for his teammate and giving them yet again the lead here in game 2. We do have 3 minutes left to go though, but Rio trying to make something happen. Down to Larry, and Larry's going to tie this one back up.
Yeah, great read here from Larry. Able to pick up off of where Rio left off so fast into the air, and none of the Vortex defenders were ready for it. And now if you're Vortex, you got to get this next goal and try and, you know, almost put the dagger into this whiteout team.
Yeah, don't want to let this whiteout team get going now if you are Vortex. And if you're whiteout, you want to just continue. You know, you were in this position here in game 1. They scored early, you came back, you tied it up. The next 30 seconds for them is huge in this game because that's where, you know, Vortex did all their damage there in game 1. So far, we're about 15 seconds in after that goal. They're holding it, still tied up. If you're whiteout, you just got to hold off a little longer, and then I think they'll start to be able to make something happen themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. But after that 30 seconds, they need to get it out. And right now, it's just looking like it's staying into their half along with these double commits.
Yeah, Vortex is really having the pressure, but Larry trying to make something happen, gets a double tap off the wall, but Rio isn't able to push on that as Larry and I'm drawing my blank here. Larry and 7 both were kind of close, and Rio trying to play it smart, didn't want to double commit, leave the net wide open. So Larry gets another dunk, sends this one middle, but Flame Intruder there, he's gonna send it to the corner. He's gonna try to go for the air dribble here. Got plenty of boost to work with. Gets it past 1. Double commit by the defenders again and leaves it wide open for Ice Panther.
Yeah, great work here from Flame Intruder. Just staying close, you know, being threatening. And like you said before, another big double commit there from whiteout. And that's going to cost them. And it's cost them so many times in game 1. And it's costing them again in game 2.
Yeah, and, you know, hats off to them, though. They did hold off a little longer than they did in the first game with the goal scoring. And they are still a minute and a half left and only down 1. So there is time. They can do it. We've seen them put in and have some great attempts. But Ice Panther has a net open. Is he going to be able to get back? No. Ice Panther is yet going to pick up his second goal of this game and give a two-goal lead yet again.
Great shot here from Ice Panther. Larry just not able to get enough on the ball to save it. And, you know, it's really tough because nobody from whiteout was ready for that. Nobody was in the defensive half waiting. And, you know, a little missed rotation there is really going to cost them.
It is. And there's still a minute left. But I really need to see Larry step it up here if this whiteout team wants to get something going. You know, every really, really solid attempt that they've had has had something to do with Larry starting it or being at the tail end of it. So we really need to see, I think, Larry step it up here for this whiteout Russ and try to get something going for them in this last minute.
You know what, Speed? I'm going to have to disagree with you there. I don't think Larry needs to step it up more. I think his 2 teammates need to step it up more. Like you said, he's been the one stepping it up, getting his team ready for everything. But, you know, it really does come down to Rio and Seven to pick up the slack a little bit here. They both have 2 shots combined, where Larry has 5. So if we're looking offensively, I think Rio and Seven definitely need to step it up here.
You are right. Yeah, they do need to step it up, and Seven's trying to step it up. And what a save there by, I believe it was Lucian, as that one had top corner written all over it, as Whiteout's looking to try to make something happen. Rio gets to 50, straight down to 7. Larry right behind him. He's going to go for the double. But no, Flaming Tudor sitting on that back wall, gets the touch out. And Lush is on the back wall yet again. But Larry trying to make something happen. He gets the double touch across to 7. There's 2 seconds left on the clock here, Puggles. And only down 1 goal.
Yeah, now this is the most important kickoff. They need to win it. They need to have somebody close right behind following up. So if you're Whiteout, you got to be looking out for that close cheat and maybe even a fake. As no, it's just going to roll on the ground. And Vortex, they're going to take game 2 here, and they push themselves to match point.
That they do. Vortex going up 2-0. Big performance by Lush there. Again, 4 saves by Lush, holding it together, that Vortex defense. And as you stated a little bit towards the end of that match, Larry with the 5 shots there. 7 got 2 more shots at the end and another goal. So, you know, Larry's doing all he can to try to hold this Whiteout team together. And you're 100% right. 7 and Rio need to step it up here for this Whiteout roster. But talking about play styles, is there anything that they need to change? Be more physical, anything like that? What do you think is going to help this Whiteout team compete and try to take up this game 3 from Vortex?
You know, I don't really think it's a play style change. I think it's better communication among them. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that this is Whiteout's starting roster. We don't have Reiki in today, and maybe that might have something to do with it on the communication side. But there have just been so many double commits back to back to back from this Whiteout roster that you really need to fix. And I think some better communication is one step towards that. But if you're Whiteout, and if you're Vortex, sorry, you can just really capitalize on that and really just punish this Whiteout team for making those double commits.
That you can. And I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I heard that Reiki was subbing for this roster. I heard it through the grapevine, through Dan, I believe. And the exact words from someone in the VC when he said it was, "Why is Reiki subbing?" So I don't think I misheard that, but I could also be wrong. But either way, I do think, you know, Reiki is a great player, and I think, you know, if he's available tonight, it would have been a little smarter to at least throw him in there after game 1, maybe even after that loss. But I don't know if he's just not available or if he is truly subbing and they believe that they can take it with this roster. But, you know, again, the attack and the double commits there by Whiteout, and is going to lead to Lush putting in another early first goal for them.
Yeah, like you said, the double commits. Rio just trying to jump and get in the way of something, but Larry and Seven both in the net in the same place. Not what you want to see. And now you go over to Vortex. I said it before, and they have been capitalizing back to back to back on these double commits. They're so good at it and finding those openings, and their defense has just been so good as well. As you know, as Whiteout is really going to need some miracle touches here from Larry to try and get it past this Vortex defense.
And speaking of that, Rio, from the pass from Larry, is going to tie this one up again. Now, this isn't new territory here, Puggles. We've seen Vortex go up early. We've seen Whiteout respawn back within 30 seconds, both games. Is Whiteout going to be able to change the storyline here, change the script, and get this second goal and not let Vortex answer back?
You know, I think if Larry does some magic, they definitely can. That last goal really came from a really great touch from Larry, and he's really been setting his teammates up here as he looks to get another one. As I say that, a magical touch indeed. He puts his team up here with 3.5 minutes.
Speaking of magic, Puggles, are you you got some magic? Are you like a genie over there can predict the future or something? Because you just spoke the future there, saying that Larry needed to have some magic, and Larry came out with a magic and gave Whiteout their first goal of the lead and their first multiple goal game as well in this series, as they're looking to take this game 3 and force a game 4 here. We still have over 3 minutes left to go, and this Vortex roster is not going to go down easy. So Ice Panther sends this one across middle. Lush unable to get there. Big clear by Larry as they have the number advantage. Puts this one on and puts in their third goal.
Man, Larry, so dangerous on the counterattack. So efficient with his boost and his car movement. And a great shot. Flame Intruder just caught up ever so slightly far forward. And a great shot there from... Oh, sorry. from Larry to find himself a 2-goal lead.
Larry indeed is, single-handedly trying to put the team on his back here in Game 3, as he does not want this to end in a sweep. As Larry again looking for a great pass across middle. He's there again for the pass himself, but unable to put that one on target. And Sevens, though, is going to keep this in, unable to get there to a teammate. And Rio going to send this one down. It's going to go off the backboard. Is anyone there? Larry's there, unable to, as Lush is going to make the save as the ball was half over the goal line. Larry up yet again, looking for the double tap himself. Unable to get there. And, Whiteout still looking really impressive here on the offensive end with that charge led by Larry Puggles.
Yeah, absolutely. And Larry, he's leading them by example here. Really setting up his teammates a lot, and his teammates are following suit. And Larry almost had a great double touch off the backboard, but unfortunately could not find the entire net, as it found just a bit of post. And this ball is sitting dangerous. Flame Intruder almost getting it past 7. That's a big save there from Whiteout.
Oh, but Larry with the miss, Ice Panther with the beat, and he's going to roll that one up the post and miss. As now Larry's looking for the offensive attack. Gets the 50, and this one's going to go in and give Whiteout their 4th goal of this game, and they're not looking back.
No, that's... you really got to score those if you are Ice Panther. He just beamed it right up the post. Not at all what you want to see. And Larry, he's going to make him pay for that as he gives himself a hat trick and puts his team up 3.
That he does. And 7 is going to put in another one, and they're going to go up 4. And we are looking at a reverse of what happened so far in Game 1, where, Vortex really put the hurting on, and now Whiteout is doing the same. Back to Vortex, getting a little revenge. And, I wonder how this is going to affect them coming into the Game 4, as I'm assuming this one is going to go to at least Game 4. Whiteout's looking really strong here in Game 3. There is a minute and a half left. Anything can happen, but, Whiteout is just looking really good right now, and I don't know how the mental of this Vortex team is going to do, especially with Ice Panther. He had that really wide open shot that he missed, and then it's just kind of led to some downpouring from Whiteout here, as they're continuing to just have this offensive pressure, Puggles.
Yeah, absolutely. The mental is always an important thing, especially with this new team that we stated at the top. As Flame Intruder, he's gonna find himself a nice shot there. Put it within 3, but honestly, I think it's a little bit out of reach here for Vortex in this game.
I think it is too. There is 50 seconds left, but that is 3 goals to get in 50 seconds. But we did see them earlier. They scored about 3 or 4 goals in 45 seconds before, so it is definitely possible. But Larry's looking to put this one in. And no, Rio gets the touch, and he's going to slot that one in top corner, and I think that is going to all but do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is going to seal the deal for game 3, as Whiteout, they're going to stay alive pretty much on the back of Larry with 7 shots here and a hat trick. 2 assists, helping out on all goals but 1. And now if you're Vortex, you can just take this last 40 seconds, talk about what you want to go into the next game, or you can just keep on trying to score and get some momentum for the next one.
And then Lush is going to put in another goal for the Vortex roster. Put themselves within 3. Try to get a little momentum coming back going into the game 4 and see what they can do there. But this whiteout roster looking really good right now. Again, like you said, Larry is putting them on their back offensively, but up until the last 15 seconds there, Larry didn't have a save, and his other 2 teammates are the ones, putting in the work on the defensive end. So it is a little bit of an all-around team effort this game, which is what you really like to see it from whiteout after they struggled so hard in the first 2.
Yeah, absolutely. As another great shot there from Lush. Just not going to go in, not going to be able to be threatening enough. And Rio, he's just going to pop it in front, all but a formality at this point to put it down. And we go into game 4, and we look to Vortex and see how they're going to bounce back after getting absolutely their butts handed to them, getting that goal here late. But whiteout, you need to continue what they're doing now and move into the next game.
Yeah. And if you're Vortex, if you're Ice Panther, take a little bit in between this game, breathe, relax, reset your mind, forget about the wide open goal. I'll be nice and I'll call it a prospect moment instead of a novice moment, but that was truly, kind of unexcusable miss there. It was wide open. He had plenty of time to make a really safe touch, and he just kind of rushed his touch and missed just wide, and up the post it went. So you really got to just clear your mind there if you're Ice Panther and reset here for this Vortex team and sit there and go, all right, we've had their number twice, very convincing. They had us this game, but that's it. We'll give them the one game.
No, you're right. You really got to look to this next game and see the full team effort that they had in games 1 and 2. And last game, it just didn't look like they really had that at all.
No, it did not. And we are underway here as 7 and Ice Panther going up for the 50. And Ice Panther's going to win that one slightly. But Flame Intruder unable to make anything happen off of that touch. But Lucia's going to send this one down. Gets one demo.
Demos.
Flame Intruder gets another demo. But no, unable to put that one in was Lucia as he was going by the ball. But Ice Panther with the big dunk, sending this one down. Lucia's there for the pass, dropping it down for Flame Intruder. Flame Intruder's going to send this one on target. No, just wide. Ice Panther 50s this one middle, but Flame Intruder's right there. Flame Intruder sends it wide, but gets put in by, I think it was 7. A little help from 7 off the back wall, unable to quite get that clear.
Yeah, 7, not in a, well, I don't want to say not in a great spot, because he was in a pretty good spot, just an unlucky shot that went right at him. And unfortunately, he's going to find a pretty disgusting angle off of his own backboard, but now they need to bounce back, or that could be the go-ahead goal, as they say in professional casting.
Yes, that indeed, the go-ahead goal. But again, so far, every game, Vortex scoring early, whiteout scoring pretty soon after. So let's see if we can get, the history to repeat itself yet again. As Larry's looking to make that happen, but no. Big clear by Lush. Flame Intruder picks up a demo, but then bumps Lush on the attack. And that kind of stops a little momentum there, but Flame Intruder gets another demo. No one there for Lush to get that centering pass to. As Flame Intruder's going to go up. Just keep this one in. Give his defense a little time on the defensive end. Big touch there by Flame Intruder, who does beat 2. Gets his own ball, but no one there for his team to make that one happen. And Lucia's going to dunk this one out. Gets the touch middle, but no, again, this Vortex roster, they're making things happen. They're getting decent pass attempts, but they don't have their second man to follow up, Puggles.
No, the second and third man not really willing to commit, fair or unfair. It's just costing them a few goals and a bigger lead. But, that decision making is really important in these high levels, and playing defensive in games like this, so important, as it looks like we have another own goal from whiteout.
It was another own goal. Lush beating Larry just barely. The fake by Flame Intruder, and 7 trying to go up and realizes he doesn't have a chance. Lands right on his hood and goes into the goal, which it was going to go in anyways, even if he wasn't there. So Yes, it's technically still an own goal by 7 yet again, but it was already going to go in, so not much he could have really done there. But Vortex up 2-0. We broke the pattern. Pattern has been broken. Now, Whiteout needs to just like Ice Panther had to after the last game, they need to just relax. They got plenty of time left. There's still 2 minutes, and they just have to find a way to look like they did there in Game 3.
Yeah, they really need to get that back. And, Whiteout, they did it once, but now Larry, he's going to have to set his team up yet again. That's what worked so well that third game, is him just being on the ball all the time. And there wasn't very many double commits from Whiteout either, a very important thing, as Flame Intruder, he's going to look for Lush, but Lush getting swarmed by a few defenders there of Whiteout.
And I don't blame Whiteout for swarming Lush, as Lush has been a part of quite a bit of the action here for this Vortex roster. He's got a few goals to his name, few assists to his name, and he had a lot of saves in the series so far as well. Lush there doing it all. A lot of demos coming out from him as well, so I don't blame them for trying to stop Lush here, but they still have 2 other great players that Whiteout needs to worry about. But pass coming across from 7, making up for the 2 own goals and setting up Larry to put themselves within 1.
Yeah, great pass there from 7, and Larry, I think he just pre-flipped into it. Big read there, and now they're back within 1 with 1 minute remaining. Definitely doable in a series like this so far.
It is doable as 7's looking for the 50, beats out Flame Intruder. Rio trying to get the touch across, but unable, just misses. Larry there trying to get in Lush's face, but no. Ice Panther's going to take this one down. No, 7's right there. He's going to get the clear out middle. Flame Intruder, though, has 1 to beat. Keeps it high. Rio's there with the big clear. Larry trying to make something happen. Trying to follow it into the corner. Gets the 50. Rio's going to take his time. Send this one across middle to Larry. Larry's going to send this looking for the double. Just wide. And now, no one back for Whiteout as they have to try to get back. And Rio's going to get just back as Vortex wasn't able to make anything happen. Big demo coming out from Ice Panther on the rotate back. But Larry with the ceiling shot. Looking for his teammate who decided to rotate back. Now Larry's going to send this one middle. Puts this one up for Rio for the 50. And we got 15 seconds left, Puggles. We are 2-1. Larry's trying to make something happen here. Sends it up off of the backboard. Flame Intruder's got full boost. Trying to clear it out. But straight down to 7. 7 across to Larry. Larry on target. And it's going to go in. And we have ourselves a tie game, Puggles, with 1 second remaining in regulation.
1 second remaining. Larry finding the ice, and a great pass there from 7, setting up Larry and nobody in the Vortex net to make that save. Now it looks like we're gonna go to an overtime, as long as Rio doesn't
get. This ball is up in the air though.
Man, that was dangerous for both teams. But you know what? If I had to make a prediction right now, I'm still gonna go with Vortex, even though in my mind I think Whiteout has a bunch of pressure, or has a bunch of momentum.
That I believe they do. 7 has come in clutch, not only to make up for his 2 own goals, but he's just playing really well. He is finding Larry all over the place. Now Larry's trying to find 7 and give him back some love, and 7 with no boost, just missing wide. But he's going to dunk this one across into the other side. Rio's there. Now Rio's going to try to get this one across middle, but no, Lush is going to clear this one out as much as he can. Big bang out. 7's trying to catch it. Gets it past 1. Sends it into the corner. And Flame Intruder's going to send this one out. Oh my Puggles. There is so much pressure coming on from this Whiteout roster right now. And Vortex, I don't know how they're doing on boost, but they must be a little starved.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see the way that they're playing too, is that they are panicking on this defensive half. Double commits and missed touches that a rival player should regularly be able to make, but now Flame Intruder, he's trying to set up his team as everyone was just kind of waiting and getting some boost here from Vortex.
Yeah, and now Vortex trying to get a great attack there, but Lush gets it on, and Larry, he puts it up. Flame Intruder just getting the touch, sending this one wide, as 7's now looking for the dunk, and it's going to waterfall straight down. Larry's there. He gets the 50. No, unable to get that one on target. But again, Whiteout keeping the pressure. Rio looking for some bumps, looking for a demo. No one there to reciprocate that pass going through the middle. Now Flame Intruder gets it past 2. 1 to beat. 7 with the clear, but not a great clear. Straight out. Lush is there. Larry now is going to take it a little slow, trying to take it on the dribble. Gets 50 by Flame Intruder. Rio, same thing, is just going to try to clear it, let his team get back. But kind of a bad touch there by Ice Panther. And missed by Lush. Now Larry sending this one across middle. 7 keeping the touch, not allowing Ice Panther to get it. Rio dunk off the backboard. No one up for this Whiteout roster now. They are trading blows here as both teams are going on offensive prowls here, Puggles. But who do you think has the advantage so far in this overtime? Who's been looking really strong, and who do you think is going to squeak this game 4 thriller out?
You know, the people that have been winning the overtime so far has to be Whiteout, as Vortex have been struggling to get out of their own half, something that we have not seen so far this entire series. But here it is in this very crucial overtime. And now, you know, when they get out, they have great chances. Don't get me wrong, but their chances are so short because they need their team to pick up some boost. But, you know, maybe if they can get one clear out and have 1 or 2 people maybe get consecutive touches, I think they're going to be in a great spot on the offensive half.
There's the 50 by Flame Intruder over to Ice Panther, who's trying to get this one on target, and he does seal the Game 4 overtime winner 3 minutes in.
You know, I said they needed some consecutive touches, and Flame Intruder gets some consecutive touches. You know, they just call me the smartest out here.
They call you the smartest. It's like, again, you read the future not once, but twice in this series, Puggles. But with how this series started, Puggles, looking at Game 1 and Game 2, I don't think anyone could have seen what happened here in Game 3 and Game 4.
Oh, absolutely not. A huge, huge win there from Whiteout in Game 3. They had me thinking that they're going to come back and maybe push that Game 5. And when Larry got that goal at 1 second left, I thought they were going to do so much better in that overtime. They did great, but they just couldn't quite close it out at the end. And that's really what led to their demise here, is that they had all these chances to finish and they just couldn't put it away.
Yeah, and Larry doing everything he can. Great effort by Larry. You know, you love to see it. You hate to see that his teammates kind of were a little slow to pick things up in the first 2 games, but you know, they did turn it around. Great effort all around there by Whiteout to end the series. Unfortunate for them that they were unable to, you know, send that to a Game 5. But Vortex, you know, they, other than Game 3, you know, they looked really good in Game 1, Game 2, and Game 4. You know, new roster, and they're looking really scary. So I'd expect, you know, to start seeing, you know, them to start turning some heads, getting some respect around the league, because before that, they also didn't quite have, you know, the greatest record to start the season before the roster change. So, yeah. You know, props off to them to come in and want to make things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, props to them. They played really well. Some people would say that this is still maybe a honeymoon phase because those do last maybe about like 2 to 3 weeks. But I mean, they're looking really good, and I think if they keep this up, they are absolutely a team to watch out for. When playoffs come around towards the end of the summer.
I agree. But for now, we are going to have a restart to the stream, guys. So please don't go anywhere. We're just switching streamers. You know, had to do some teamwork today on the streaming part of this. But before we do go, I want to shout out a couple people for subbing today. Saucy for the resub, Beast Mode with the sub, and Biscuit with the 27-month resub. So shout out to you guys. Don't go anywhere. We're just switching streamers over so we can have a streamer for the second 2 games. And we'll be back with some prospect action, Banshees versus Faded. So see you guys in a couple minutes.